Buenos dias, you beautiful person. How are you? So today we're gonna keep these ladies in here for a little bit longer. Yesterday they didn't give us any eggs in the coop. They planted them all over the farm and we couldn't find any, so they need to wait a little bit until they give us some eggs today. And then we are quickly going to clean up this mess and get all of these bricks nice and neat, and then add some more compost. I think those are our main things. Still planning on the sprout thing, thinking on how we should do it best. This is currently our plan. Currently all over town there's these piles of grass that we can collect, and so we are collecting as much as we can, as fast as we can. Only hiccup obviously is time out of my day, petrol, etc. I don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth. And then obviously storage at the farm. If you have too much of it, you just attract the termites. Storage at the farm is a huge issue. How to store it safely. We don't have rain at the moment, so that's not going to be a problem. Just the termites, that's basically the main problem. How to store everything on the farm. If you leave it here, then the termites also eat it. So that is one of our struggles today, is what to do with all this abundance of grass, how to process it in such a way that we have the abundance later the year, because we can have, I mean, look at this. This is a field, this is at the municipal water station thing, and so this is some of the grass that they've removed. They will still remove all of that, and as you drive over town, you find more and more piles of grass. It started happening when Lisa was here because of our crazy rain season. We have a crazy great growth here, but these people are scared of fire, so they just take everything out, just chop everything down, with the roots and everything, all over town. Everybody's cleaning their roadways, sideways, gardens. Churches are cleaning their parking lots. There's heaps and heaps of grass. And so I've been looking into making a manual baler. I think that's going to take forever to bale all of the grass somehow, and then obviously to store it. Storing is a big problem. But abundance and what to do with the abundance is definitely a great problem to have. In a perfect world, you'd have a huge water tank like this, and you would be able to tell the people, listen, let's store the grass on top there, where it's out of reach of the termites, because I believe that's a big cement slab on top there and there's no termites. So that would have been wonderful if we could just store all of this up there for later collection. Okay, so I had to let the chickens out early this morning, earlier than I normally would have. They didn't see how they run for the stables to go and see what they can find there, because we have some special news. Now, if you have been following me for the last couple of weeks, or the last week, we had some bunny breeding going on. So the mommy in the back, let me show you quickly. She's hiding here. The white one there, the black one is the daddy, and then just in front of him, that's the mommy. And then below here, this was supposed to be our new breeding stations. They work with pipes coming from there in here, and the little baby bunnies enjoyed these holes, but the mamas didn't seem to enjoy that. Came out this morning, and there is some babies. So we don't want to touch them because we don't want them to be thrown away, but they are there. So we will put a board with a little hole in there, so there's a little bit more darkness in there, so she's got a bit more privacy. I think that's probably best. So we've got more bunnies. We don't know how many yet. We don't want to touch them or do anything close to them, but we've got some bunnies, which is awesome. Breeding like bunnies is a real thing. The other resource that we found is one of the marula trees in town has been throwing off marulas everywhere. So we are collecting marulas, and then you can see some of them the locals have eaten already and they threw out the pits. We'll collect those as well and plant them all over quickly. and then we will go home and plant them. So what we did yesterday is we harvested this young pig. Now normally when you harvest a pig and you take off all the hair, then it's actually looks very good. It doesn't look like this. It's nice and white, but this one was black and white hair. So we thought when we removed the hair it would show, look great, but it doesn't. It looked like it's dirty almost. The hair came out great, but we still have this black on the skin. So that will definitely reduce the price. I'm torn into whether we should process it into something more that looks nicer to eat, maybe some sausages, or whether we should keep it for ourselves. I struggle to eat pig meat. I eat bacon. I don't have a problem with pigs in principle, but I struggle to eat pig chops and most pig I struggle to eat with. I just can't handle the texture and the taste. But maybe make some sausages or something for ourselves, because meat you produce by yourself and for yourself is obviously a lot cheaper than anything you can buy. And it was one of the mistakes I made with the chickens. We had 100 chickens, a little bit less, and I ended up selling some of them. About half of them we sold, and the other ones went quickly in our house being eaten. So now we actually bought meat again a couple of days ago, and I did some work where I got paid in meat, but I think it would have been better if we just kept the chickens. I ate all of them ourselves. It would have worked out a lot cheaper than to buy meat for the family. So I'm torn a little bit on what to do and how to do it, and while we're thinking about it, the cooler keeps on running, and that's an expense. So I have to make up my mind today still on what to do there. Okay, but for now that's going to be the end of my story. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.